This is where the fun begins.
Hello there.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
What's going on, guys? Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well. And in today's video, we have an exciting news update here for The Mandalorian Season 3 as Star Wars announces an upcoming The Mandalorian panel here for Star Wars Celebration for a Season 3 confirmed tease here coming up at the end of May. So without further ado, we're going to hop right on into it. Coming from the Direct, I'll have their full article linked down in the description down below. It's not a stretch to suggest that The Mandalorian is easily one of the most popular and most important projects in a galaxy far, far away. The hit series took the world by storm when it debuted on Disney Plus in 2019 around that November timeframe, introducing everyone to Din Djarin and the shocking key player Grogu. Since then, the show and its affiliated stories have carried both Star Wars and Disney Plus, and things have only just really begun here with the Mandalorian universe, and really evidently for the future of what's to come here for the Star Wars franchise, especially over on the home theater of Disney Plus. The first real look at the Mandalorian any fan received was during Star Wars Celebration in 2019 in Chicago, when executive producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni ventured out to Hoth to discuss the show. The only ones that actually got to see anything about the Mandalorian at first were only the ones that were actually at attendance of a Star Wars Celebration in 2019. As the article reads, only those in attendance were able to an extended scene and teaser for the Mandalorian, but the story was completely absent from the actual marketing itself, as we all remember. At least I very clearly remember it from in 2019 when the Mandalorian was first announced. I said, hey, that's pretty cool, but what's it really about? And well, the whole marketing reason behind it for why they didn't really reveal anything or anything really at all for too much of its plot overall is for the fact that it was hiding a huge marketing key detail there, that there of course being Baby Yoda or Grogu. And furthermore, the article goes on to say that trend remained until the first episode launched, when it became clear that the secret of Grogu was kept from everyone, of course. However, when it comes to going into Season 3 of The Mandalorian, and furthermore beyond that with the Season 4 and Season 5, and continuing on with the Mandalorian universe with other potential shows in the near future, of course, including the Book of Boba Fett potential Season 2, the Ahsoka show, of course, led by Rosario Dawson, and Rangers of the New Republic for whenever that actually does go into development, of course, that there, of course, would be no longer the actual case. We know actually the main storyline that actually is established behind the whole Mandalorian universe, of course, with what's going on with all of these different characters and its show, of course, as the article reads, as have most of the major characters in the Mandoverse have been already established. There's certainly more room for stunning appearances like the return of Luke Skywalker at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2, and also with that surprise appearance taking place in the Book of Boba Fett as well. But at this point, everyone is aware of the direction the Mandalorian and its spin-off shows are, of course, taking. As such, the creators of the series finally have the opportunity to speak more freely about everything. Now, due to COVID-19, it's been a while since Star Wars fans have been able to catch up with the masterminds behind the Mandalorian universe, of course, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, but that all changes in May during Star Wars Celebration. Star Wars Celebration 2022 is very exciting and something so special and important to many of us Star Wars fans out there, because we haven't had anything like this, of course, since the year of 2019 due to those COVID-19 pandemic, of course, going on. The article goes on to continue saying, among the festivals and festivities, of course, planned is a panel that will unlock secrets of the past and hints at what's to come here in the near future, more geared towards specifically the Mandalorian universe, with the Mandalorian Season 3 giving us an official update here coming from Lucasfilm directives themselves, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, the creators of this amazing Mandalorian universe that is yet to come, and that's only really just at its beginning mark. We now have official confirmation coming from the official Star Wars website announcing that the executive producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will take the celebration stage on Saturday, May 28th to discuss The Mandalorian. The panel called Mando Plus, a convention or conversation rather with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Between these two, and will also feature special guests while taking a look back at what's been done with the Mandalorian universe since 2020 to 2021, and of course going on here in the future with its future series and it's also future seasons of the show itself. The question remains, what will we actually be seeing here from the Mando Plus convention here, or rather panel here for the Mandalorian, is a huge question out there. It's already kind of given that we're going to have some type of look. I'm guessing at most we're having a sizzle reel, much like we had for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and much like we had for the Cassian Andor show. However, my only hope is that these sizzle reels are marketed a whole lot better. I mean, the Obi-Wan Kenobi sizzle reel was a huge letdown, let's be honest here. It was leaked like last year and then officially revealed finally this year, which just seems out of line and doesn't make all that much sense in my own thoughts and opinions. And even then, you had to be a Disney Plus subscriber to actually watch that sizzle reel, as Disney didn't really want to feature it anywhere on their social media platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter. It doesn't make really any sense for me in my own thoughts and opinions. However, that there is something to talk about for a completely different time. Continuing on with the direct's full article here, linked down in the description down below. Of course, given the title of the panel's name, Mando Plus, it should go without saying that fans are in store for an all-encompassing look at the Mandalorian universe. This year includes, of course, the Mandalorian Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, and what's to come with the future seasons of the Mandalorian show alone. But as I had also mentioned earlier on in the video, this is also including the Rosario Dawson-led Ahsoka Tano show here that there is rumored for a 2023 release date. Rangers of the New Republic, which is actually a shelved project last we heard, and isn't actually in any current development or states, so it very well could unfortunately be cancelled, or hopefully at that it would be kind of, I guess, rewritten and reproduced and redeveloped to be maybe something else and actually go upon something else. However, that's something that we've talked about off and on here on the channel. And of course, that fourth huge thing would be the Book of Boba Fett with its Season 1 and maybe even potential future seasons. A future season of the Book of Boba Fett, I think, is something that we really do desperately need, because these characters, the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, and Boba Fett, are such different characters, and they honestly deserve their own separate storytelling shows. As the overall description of the panel suggests, for Mando Plus, a good chunk of the discussion brought by Favreau and Filoni will be spent looking back at the first installment of the storyline with the Mandalorian universe. It's at this point where this duo will get to speak about how Grogu came to be, the lure behind the Way of Mandalore, and incorporating the Darksaber into the series as well. Giancarlo Esposito and Emily Swallow will be at the celebration as well, are strong candidates for special guests to actually appear here during this part of the panel and actually come to speak on stage with Dave Filoni and of course Jon Favreau as well. And that doesn't go without saying that we can see other actors and lead roles, of course, here for the Mandalorian shows, such as Tamora Morrison with Boba Fett, or also having Pedro Pascal, Din Djarin, also make a guest special appearance as well. I think would be very, very awesome. The article goes on to continue, it wouldn't be the Mandoverse panel if there wasn't any talk about the impressive cast of iconic characters brought in. The first mention of Luke Skywalker will undoubtedly be met with a thunderous applause, and the return of Boba Fett alongside the live-action debuts here of Ahsoka Tano and Bo-Katan Kryze will also be major touching points for the overall panel as well. Some, if not all, of the stars behind those roles may also join the series creators to discuss the special inclusions of their characters, especially in the live-action spectrum of things as well. After all of this previous ground has already been covered, the time will come for a look at the present and the future of what's to come here with the Mandalorian universe. On a more immediate note there, the Mandalorian Season 3 recently wrapped up shooting recently at the end of March 2022 and will certainly be featured during this event as well. While major elements of the storyline will be kept under wraps, I would presume and assume a small teaser or a scissor reel, as I had mentioned a little bit ago during the video, would also be, I think, something that we very well could see here for audience members. That the Star Wars Celebration seems like a kind of a treat that Favreau and Filoni would, of course, hand up their sleeves, of course. And the article, of course, goes on to continue to talk about the Ahsoka show as well. Of course, as I had previously already mentioned, the Mandalorian universe is so much more than just The Mandalorian, Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. It consists of all these other different shows that are going on over on Disney Plus. Beyond that, there are stories that are set to follow what is going on with The Mandalorian. Ahsoka is reportedly set to begin filming in April, and that's something Filoni will definitely probably touch on, as he is the creator of Ahsoka Tano. It could be during this segment of the panel that the actors of Ezra Bridger and Thrawn are officially announced or revealed, as well as formal announcements, or a more formal announcement here for returning characters such as Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker reprising his role there as well, and of course an official, I guess something more formal and official, that Rosario Dawson of course would be back to reprise her role. And hey, if they do flashback scenes potentially for the Ahsoka show, maybe an official announcement somewhat, maybe for a younger type of actress that they could use for Ahsoka Tano, although I think that Rosario Dawson could also pull off that role as a younger Ahsoka Tano. The last thing that we could very well expect here from the Mando Plus panel here at the Star Wars Celebration, as the article reads, a major panel featuring the other Disney Plus projects, as well as movies released in the theaters itself. As the article reads, the last thing we can expect will be the first word of actual new shows. A major panel featuring the other Disney Plus projects and potentially even theatrical films as well is scheduled for the first day of the convention as well, but it wouldn't be surprising if Lucasfilm let Favreau and Filoni save some announcements for their own panel at the Mando Plus panel, of course. An update for Rangers of the New Republic may finally be given with official details and the tales to come in the Mandalorian universe beyond Season 3, and Ahsoka will be shared with the world at last. It's something very, very exciting, and the article goes, of course, to finish out there, the Mando Plus convention or conversation between Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be held at Star Wars Celebration on Saturday, May 28th, and we're, of course, going to be covering that all, of course, here on the channel, so it's all the more reason to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when those videos, of course, are coming out, because the year of 2022, as I always mention here on the channel, is such a golden age for Star Wars, or as we like to call it here on the channel, the Beskar age of the Star Wars franchise here. We have so many different projects that are being announced and different things that are coming out. We have 5 different projects coming out this year. We have the Book of Boba Fett, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, we have the Mandalorian Season 3, we have the Bad Batch Season 2, and we have a droid story, of course, that there's going to be a Disney Plus special, and it's also very exciting. Of course, as always, we're going to be covering all types of Star Wars news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel, so if you guys are into that stuff, congratulations, you have found the correct place. Hit the subscribe button and join us today. My own thoughts and opinions, I'm definitely not one to really overhype stuff here, especially when it comes for Star Wars, because it overall always at the end of the day seems like that we could be let down. Seeing from what happened with the Disney Plus day, there was all these different new announcements for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and if you guys are Marvel fans, I'll have my Marvel channel linked down in the description down below as always, but there was nothing left for the Star Wars community, so a huge speculation for a lot of that stuff was actually believed to have been left here, of course, for Star Wars Celebration, so we should be definitely in for some type of a treat here for when it's coming here for Star Wars Celebration. We are going to have loads of different announcements and updates, official announcements and updates here at that, coming from Lucasfilm themselves, as well as other new upcoming Star Wars shows and projects, as well as something that we very well could probably see. Of course, I want to know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys all think here about the Mandalorian Season 3. What things would you, of course, like to see here from the Mandalorian Season 3, and what would you like to see here at Star Wars Celebration being officially announced here? I would absolutely love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Drop a like in the video if you enjoy it, as it really does help with the channel, and share on Instagram, unofficial Star Wars, for more Star Wars related content, guys. Thanks so much for watching today's video. As always, may the Force be with you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.